Traditionally, print has always been associated with painting and drawing and photography, but now it's very associated with all kinds of publishing orientations like design, web, and digital media.
The print is something that's kind of like a misnomer because we're dealing with multiples, but each image is an original fine art print.
The presence of the hand-printed artwork is still there, but it's recontextualized. People are doing varied editions, moving things around, working on different kinds of surfaces. So students in print are often doing video components, sculptural components. It's really a very diverse practice that print is integrated into.
We purposefully made our credits 3 credits as opposed to 6 like most of the studio art courses. So it allows students to work maybe one semester in one studio and another semester in another studio and then start to combine things if they'd like to.
They're not actually streamed to focus in lithography or to focus in intaglio or to focus in screen. They're able to garner a lot of skills in all of the different studios.
And what we really hope is that someone has experience in more than one studio so they can start to combine some of the processes. You might do a nice screen layer with a big passage of color and come in and use the advantages of intaglio, which are embossing, which is a real physical texture. We're holding on to the tradition and we're embracing the state-of-the-art contemporary. Our digital lab is really a hub for all the studios, and every single class pretty much goes into that digital lab at some point or another.
Commercial products out there like cereal boxes, magazines, all of that stuff, it's all offset in commercial lithography. So we can approximate that kind of resolution now, fine art book resolution, with the digital printers and the films that we have.
Presently in the screen print department, we have UV screen printing. The screen mesh count can be very, very, very tight, which means you have a really, really high resolution. It's a direct connection to working with a computer and computer images and photographic continuous tones. And so it's brought screen printing up to a really, really high level.
Because we need specialized equipment, we need these printing presses, exposure units, and so on for some of the photo-based stuff, you have to do your work here. You're not going to have a 1-ton press at your home studio. Because of that, you're doing all your work here, you're doing it with your fellow print students. So what happens is there's a real community within print. You begin to help each other and bounce ideas off each other, and I think it's becomes a really rewarding experience for everyone involved, because just by nature of the medium, you're all together doing this. You're sharing the presses, you're sharing the ink.
We started the Master Printer program as a way to bring the professional presence into the educational environment. The Master Printer that is with us now has created works for a lot of very prominent contemporary artists. It's turned into a real mentorship program, and there's no substitute for that. There's no substitute for having master printers who are experienced in the professional world come into the educational environment and work with graduate and undergraduate students.
There's a reason why the traditional print techniques are still alive. It's a completely different look. This is not your 4-color separation magazine printing. This is original, traditional printmaking that is really warm, and you're not going to get that look any other way.
We don't let print define our practice, we define the print practice. And we take it and make it as expansive and broad as we choose as artists.